Hi everybody, it's Sonia, Sonia K Creations. Come on in. So we're gonna craft and make a cute little church scene, I think. So I haven't been crafting as much, but I'm gonna hopefully craft a little more this week. Let's see. So we're gonna see anybody on. If you're coming on the replay, welcome, and tell me that you're watching on the replay. Oh, there's some people, yay. Okay, so make sure you come on in and sprinkle and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why every time it has this weird thing on here now, it drives me nuts. There we go, because I can't see the comments. Hi, Christine. You're the first one on, so thank you for spreading the blessings. So while we're welcoming people, we'll just get started. I have one of these little plaques from, this is from Hobby Lobby, and was gonna do it white, but I think I'm gonna do it with antique wax. Hi, Cynthia and Susie and Linda from Australia. Wow, what time is it in Australia? Hi, Teresa and Brenda. So we're just gonna, actually, I don't even need to really do the top. Really just need to do the sides of this, but I probably just do the whole thing, but that doesn't make any sense because it's not gonna show anyway. But I figured why we're in the kitchen. Baked rice custard, how are you? Oh, I'm good. Just trying to stay warm. It's cold. We have cold weather here in the winter, but we're getting a lot more colder weather earlier in the winter, so just trying to stay warm. Yeah, I haven't been on as much one day. I'm gonna try to be on a little more this week. Last week was just crazy. We're helping with these little girls, like I've told you guys. So I've been driving them everywhere, and then I was trying to get my house decorated, and inside's done, and the outside I've been trying to help Jim with it. We're going a lot less crazy out there this year. Just a little more nice and not like blow ups and stuff. But I've been helping him with that. It's not quite done, but hopefully in the next day or two it'll be finished. Hi, Rachel. Alex is good. He's super happy today. So was gonna do this white, but I changed my mind at last minute. If I don't like it, then we might go back to white, but I think it's gonna be okay. I should have, this is from Hobby Lobby, they're a little bit rough, so I probably should have sanded it. I always forget that until I start staining, and then I'm like, oh, could have used a sand, but oh well. Oh, it's 10:45 a.m. Tuesday, so you're quite a few hours ahead of us. Because it's only, well, I'm in Pacific time, so I'm farther back than some of these people too. So, all right, so we have that. We'll just put that to the side. But anyway, and then tomorrow I think Christian's gonna come over and we're gonna start our holiday baking. But I'm still gonna try to go live a lot more this week, hopefully. So anyway, and then I have this, I showed you guys, a friend of mine, she found these, they're wood, like wood charger plates. So, but any plate, any surface really would work for this. But she found these and she gave them to me. So we're gonna paint this white. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Charity. So. Yeah, my husband told my son that we weren't going to put any blow-ups up because that's just not like us at all. But it was my idea because I wanted it to be a little more like, I don't know what the word is, elegant, I guess, and simple, because we did the remodel on the house. And he told my son that lives in Virginia, he's like, what? You at least have to have Frosty, which reminded me of the Christmas of the Cranks, you know, because they have to have Frosty on the roof. And my husband's like, nope, we're not having any. And then I said, well, he could have Frosty, but you have to put him over on the other side of the trailer, so you can't really. And Jim's like, no, I'm not doing it over there because it's hard to get power over there, I guess, or something. So I'm just like, okay, then no blow-ups. So my son's like, no. He's so used to always having blow-up things in the yard for Christmas, so. I'm just going to do this. This is probably just going to be for me, so I'm just going to do this the rim, but I'm not going to go all the way to the middle. It's not going to show. Cooler in Missouri. Hi Lois and Carol. So I'm trying to think of exciting things. We went to the parade last night. Well, it warmed up for us. It was only in the 20s. It was in the 20s. You know, I was afraid we were going to go to the parade and it was going to be in the like 8 degrees or 10 degrees. But we survived. It was cold. It was a shorter parade anyway because of the cold. I think they had less participation in the parade, so it was a little bit shorter. And so it was doable, but it was very cold. I was okay. My feet were a little bit cold. But we had a friend from our church. She brought hand warmers for everybody. You know, the little bags that you shake up and they get hot. I put some in my shoes, in my boots, and that kind of helped a little bit. And my face was what was cold, which I normally don't use a scarf, and I would have badly used a scarf last night. It was so cold. But it was fun. And then, what was I going to say? The night, we did something the night before. My mind just went blank. Can't even think. I did something on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. What did we do Saturday? Oh, we went and saw just Jim and I and Christian stayed with Alex. We went and watched the local theater company did the great best Christmas pageant ever. I don't know if you've ever read that book or seen that movie, but it was pretty funny. We liked that. It was a musical. Big group of us from the church went to that, so that was fun. And then this coming weekend, we're going to go see the light up. We have a drive at our fairgrounds. They do a drive-through light up thing. You just drive through and it's all lit up. We're going to go do that. Or maybe, no, that's not this coming week. I don't know. We're going to go, and we have all these things planned. Then we also have our arboretum. They do luminaries throughout it, and you just walk through it. We always go to that. So I think that's this weekend, actually, coming weekend. So many things. We got Christmas caroling. We got 100 trillion things to do. Yeah, it's like a wood charger. That somebody gave it to me. I'm not sure where it was from originally. She found it. She works at a thrift store, so I think she got it there. And asked me if I wanted them, so I took it. But any plate, really, it didn't even have to be a plate, but I wanted to do something round. So that's why I chose a plate. But it could be square, it could be whatever. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I actually used a drill myself because I was going to have my husband do it, but he wasn't getting home till later, so I took a drill and put 2 holes in it, and I'm not positive I'm going to need them, but they'll be covered if I don't, but I think I'm going to use them. So, I drilled it myself. I was so proud. Alright, so that's done, so we'll put that to the side. You played Gladys in 5th grade. Oh yeah, you know the story I'm talking about then. It was really funny. They have them at Hobby Lobby. Okay, the chargers, that's good. I have a couple different sizes. This is kind of like a medium size. Hi Sharon and Marcia and Glenda. Can you show the farmhouse sign behind you, please? Did I miss it live? It was, yes, it was, I actually can't believe it didn't sell. Well, I kind of put a high price on it because I wanted to keep it, kind of, but it didn't sell at the bazaar. But I made it in the summertime on a live. It was Christmas in July, and I really love it. So, but I don't really have a place in my house for it, so I just figured I'd put it in here. But it says, "I'm dreaming of a farmhouse Christmas." When you cook early, yeah, I freeze all my, she asked if when I bake early, do I freeze it? I'm like, yeah, I freeze all my cookies. I make a lot, like I make like 10 different kinds. Well, 6 to 10, just depends how much I get done. Oh, and also have one of these, this was a church, it was all different colors. It lights up, but I wanted it to be white, so I already put one coat on it. See, it lights up. So I'm putting another coat on it. But anyway, yeah, I make all my cookies and I just freeze. I just make 1 or 2 a day usually for like this week. The week after I get my Christmas decorating done. Usually the next week I work on baking. And I just put them in the freezer. They're all done except for like the sugar cookies I make. I just bake them, but I don't frost them. And then I just take cookies out as I want to make a platter for different events or people. and then I'll frost them as I usually keep some frosting in the fridge, and then I can just frost them as I need them. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. Oh, thanks, Susie. Okay, you did see it then. Okay, good. Alex is good. He's super happy today. Can't keep him happy with food though, because he's just hungry all the time. Hungry, hungry boy. So I'm just kind of dabbing this on. And this I'm actually not going to glue down. I'll glue down everything else on our little seam, but this I'm not going to glue it down because I want to be able to, you know, turn it on and off. So my husband was here. I was going to have him drill me a big hole in the middle of the plate so I could just reach up underneath the plate and turn it on and off and still have it, you know, attached, but, or have it glued on, but he's not here and I don't know how to use that big brown one very well. Or I didn't even know if we had one actually, but. Okay, let's see. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to put some glitter and stuff on it, so. The church came from Dollar Tree. They have, this is a plastic one, and then they have a lot of other ones that, they have lights too, but they're more, oh, this one doesn't seem to work. But they have other ones that are more, a little bit more like ceramic kind of, but so I decided to go with the church. Okay, so, all right, we'll put that off to the side. We're going back and forth. Dry this a little bit, and then we'll put our couple things together. Hi, Susan from North Dakota, sorry. What about bread and candy? Oh, I don't usually make bread at the holidays. If I do, I make like cinnamon rolls, but I make those the day before. Well, we have our Christmas day on the 26th. So usually Christmas Day for us is just Jim and I and Alex. Well, we'll be going to church this year, I guess. It's Sunday, right? And then the kids are with their other families, and then for Christmas Eve and most of Christmas Day. And then in the evening of Christmas Day, they come over, and then they stay the night, and then we have Christmas morning for us on the 26th. So usually on the 25th, I'm making cinnamon rolls so that I can just put in the oven the next day. But that's really the only bread I make, unless I make rolls for dinner or something. But my husband said he doesn't want to have a big dinner. He just wants to like make a ham and like have like Hawaiian rolls and stuff and just lots of snack foods. You bought a white church from Dollar Tree. Yeah, this church was white, but it had like stained glass windows that were colored and stuff. And I think the roof was gray, but I wanted it to be all white, so. And although this is going to be a snowy scene, I still want to, like, oh, this has got something dirty all over it. Ah! Well, maybe when I sand it better, it'll go away. Get one that's not dirty. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Anyway, I want it to be a little bit distressed on the edges. A little of that farmhouse look. This middle part probably is not going to show at all. Okay. Hi, Brenda. I want to trying that easy cinnamon roll they make on TikTok. Oh, I've never seen that. I really don't look at TikTok that much. So So I'm usually behind when it comes to things on TikTok. Went to a cookie exchange yesterday, so many sweets. Oh yeah, we've had one of those at our church before. But I don't think we're having one this year. But I haven't even made anything yet, so. Oh, we have some cookies though, because Jim's sister from Arizona, she sent us some already. She did like chocolate covered Oreos with peppermint sprinkles on top. She looked like chocolate chip cookies. I know what those little white ones are, like snowball cookies. None of the ones I make. I make the same ones every year I make are, I'll tell you what I'm doing. This is going to be our base. I wanted it to be a little bit raised, but not too raised, so that's what I'm going to put on there. But anyway, I always make these grandma's sugar cookies that are the best sugar cookies ever. I think I might have posted the recipe last year, so if you put grandma's sugar cookies in the search bar of my page, you might be able to find it. But if not, I can redo it, but I think I did. And then I always make peanut butter balls, which I know I made live last year. I make toffee, which is Christian's favorite. The sugar cookies are my favorite. The peanut butter balls are my husband and Connor's favorite. Well, pretty much everybody's favorite except for mine. Daniel likes them. Everybody likes them. I'm just bringing some of that wood back on this. And then what else do I make? My husband likes peanut butter blossoms, which is just peanut butter cookies with the Hershey Kisses in the middle. So I make those. Those are the ones I always make. Then I make pecan tassies, which are like little pecan pies most of the time. I like those. Christian likes those. And then, I make a molasses chewy cookie. And I don't know what else. I'm going to put some wood glue on here so it'll actually stay. And then some hot glue. And then I'll like decide what extra ones I want to make. But those are the ones I make every year. Connor's always like, when you pick me up at the airport, have some peanut butter balls with you. Send them with Dad so he can have some on the way. He loves them. All right. They're called pecan tassies, but they look like little pumpkin pie or pecan pies. Yes, I can get the recipe for that, but they're good. They're a little bit. I like to cook at Christmas. I don't cook a lot all the time, Elizabeth, but anyway. So isn't this a cute little? Could be just for a cookie stand or whatever, but super easy. But I thought it was cute with I was gonna make this white, but I decided to go with the wood. I like the wood, just to be a little different than the rest of it, which is going to be mostly white. Anyway, the pecan tassies, they're probably the most little bit labor intensive of like things I make, but they're good. All right, so okay, so now let's go back to our church. Let's see if it's still a little bit damp, but I think I want to put glitter on the roof. I actually went and bought glitter, so I have some glitter, so I have to use all my diamond dust. I haven't even opened it. So, oh, it doesn't open. Okay. Or maybe it does. Oh, it's one of these things. Okay. We were at Walmart trying to find... I need a map for a Christmas map for my front door. You'd think it'd be easy to find what I like, but they're about all sold out everywhere. Sorry. Come on. There it goes. Oh gosh, I can't get this off. Oh, it's stuck. I guess it's good enough. Okay, so this is kind of a little bit wet, but not probably wet enough that the glitter's going to stick. So I'm going to put some Mod Podge on it. I should have had something to lay this on there. I'm going to have a mess. Just use this scrapbook paper. Do you all like chocolate chip? I make chocolate chips and make them into a ball, stick in oh gosh, mini stickers in the middle and wrap it, bake, and they are so chewy, gooey, delicious. My husband would probably love that. I'm not a big chocolate eater, but everybody else in my family is. I think I'll just do one side at a time here. So I just put some Mod Podge and then I'm going to sprinkle some glitter. Make them like the other houses from Dollar Tree that are covered in glitter. Because otherwise these churches are a little boring. Or you could put snow or whatever. I have a heck of a time getting my glitter. You got your Christmas mat at Ross. I haven't looked there. I was going to look at Fred Meyer today, but we had to go pick up our car because I'm picking up these little girls, and I realized I had to drive quite a ways that my heater will work at first, and then it stops working, and it's been so cold. And my husband's like, it works. I'm like, no, after a while. It will when you first turn it on. Well, come to find out, something was cracked, which affects anything like the air conditioning, the heater, and some other things. Anyway, it wasn't cheap, but we had to have that fixed, and I'm gonna put some on the steeple too. And so we had to go pick up that, and I was gonna stop on the way home, but I didn't want to get out of the car. It's so cold. And then I think I'm gonna. So we have, I don't know if you can see, it's really sparkly on the roof. And then I'm going to put some glitter. Ooh, I guess I didn't shake it off very good. Like down here, like I'm going to make this, I think, into a little courtyard right here in the front. But I'm going to just put some glitter down there, yeah. I might end up covering most of it, but. Alex, you want to come in and say hi? Actually, I'll just put glitter all over the ground. I love putting glitter on stuff. So good to see you. I'm working on your Home for the Holidays craft. Yay! I still have that one too. Now I'm thinking, okay, I want to put glitter on where the stained glass windows were, because they used to be like colored, but now they're not, but I think they need something. So I think I'm going to put a little glitter on the windows. Just where because they're open part way, but then there's parts that are not. And like the front door, we're just going to put some glitter in different places. I'm going to try to use my fingers because I don't want to get it inside the house too much because there is batteries or something in there. Did I do this side? Yeah. I am getting it inside, but that's okay. That's good. I'm doing one more spot over. Oh, there's a couple more windows. On this side and probably on the other side too. Oh, back too. Okay, we got a few more spots with windows. Kind of dresses it up a little bit. I'm not being very careful really. I'm just kind of. Did I put some on that? Now I don't remember where I did it. Oh, there. Gonna have to do this a little bit. Okay. I don't like cold weather. If I could stay in all winter, I would. LOL, my husband does most of the shopping. Yeah, the church is from Dollar Tree. It was white with a gray roof and like colored stained glass windows. So I just painted it white. We might end up putting more. I see one more spot. I'll put a little more on the steeple. We might end up putting more glitter later, but for now we'll get this, you know, good enough for now. Oh, there's windows on the steeple too. I didn't even see. All around it. Okay. Hey, that's a pretty little church now, except for I didn't get much in the front. The part that shows I didn't get very much glitter. Okay, this will be it here. Somebody said I take too long to craft, so I gotta move it, I guess. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't even know if you can see the sparkles, but it's pretty sparkly now all the way around. I like it. Okay, so let me put this over here. I'm gonna just keep my glitter on here and just move it out of the way because we'll probably use some more glitter. Okay, so we have our cute little stand, which I just love. And then I painted it, stained the bottom, put it together, put some holes in here. Now we are going to start putting it together. So I guess actually I probably should have brought some, usually I spray this with hairspray. I think I'm going to go grab some really quick. Don't leave me. Keep sprinkling, guys. Alex, why don't you come say hi to everybody, buddy? All right, so you can use like sealer or, you know, something to seal it in, but I usually this is just going to be for me, so I just put a little hairspray on it. Any kind of hairspray you got will work. Okay, so I have Aussie Mega. Oh, thanks, you guys. That's sweet. Okay, it's hard. It's like, I know there's one bad comment out of millions of good ones, but it's just hard. I'm going to turn on the light so we can see what it looks like. So it's kind of a yellowish light. I kind of wish it was more white, but it's not bad. So we're going to put this in the middle, and we're not going to, like I said, this one's not going to get glued down because I want to be able to lift it up, which might be kind of a mess with all the snow and stuff that we're going to put on here, but that's okay. So we have that, and then I have, you know, we're going to use lots of bottle brush trees. I know, Nora. That's what I tell them. I tell them, sometimes I don't care if people want to talk as much, but sometimes I just want to see the craft of the crafter I'm watching. So I fast forward through, you know, the stuff, and that's totally fine. I told her, you're watching on the replay, you can totally fast forward anything you want, you know. Okay, and then so I have, this one is from, I think these are from Hobby Lobby. These were in a pack from Target. So we're gonna put quite a few trees on here. I'm gonna kind of lay them out so I know where I want to put them. This one I think was a Dollar Tree one. Aw, thanks guys. It is a cute church, isn't it? It's much cuter now. Actually, I don't mind the yellow lights now that I look at it. So I'm gonna put, what was I thought I had a bigger one for this side. Maybe not. Maybe there's this one. These are both Dollar Tree ones. I wanted to have 5. I know that is when I. Oh, and I just got this set. In a little package from Hobby Lobby. There's more somewhere, but they have lots of weird colors, and then they have some green ones. They're Hobby Lobby, and they were really cheap because they're 60% off. So I'm gonna put one there. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out so I can know where to glue these down. Okay, and then I have this one, which I think I tore off the back of a truck of some sort. No, you can't. I didn't see that, but I hope you're not feeling good. I hope you feel better. Oh wait, or maybe I wanted to put, I had it kind of planned in my head. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna do first, but So it's looking really cute. I haven't glued anything down, so it's going to be more. But I wanted to put like a little courtyard in the front here, because it just looks like a little courtyard to me. So I have these little fences that you get from Dollar Tree, and I popped off the grass. It just pops right off. And then I broke it down to the size I needed. And I want to make it like, how did I have that? Like this. I'm going to put it kind of like here. And then I got to turn it this way so I can see how to put it together. Okay, so I'll probably use E6000 on this. Okay, so I want this on the front, I think. How did I do that? I had it planned here a minute ago. I have to think about it. Oh, it goes this way, that's why. Okay, so. Oh, goodness. How did I do that? It was like this. Oh, yeah, like this. And like this. Okay. So I'm going to glue it together. So it's kind of like at a 90-degree angle. And I'm going to put a little, I got some E6000 again, so I'm going to put that on there. And a little hot glue. Oops, now I'm like, how did I do that? Yeah, like that. Ooh, that. When I opened it, it all came out. I don't need that much glue. And then hot glue. Yeah. Okay, so well, that doesn't look very 90-degree-ish. You did your first Chalk Couture project, yay! Nora, how did it turn out? Okay, so then I'm gonna glue that right here. Or maybe I did that wrong. Well, we'll make it go in a little bit. That's all right, it'll work. I should put a little E6000 on this since it's got so much popping out anyway. It doesn't really matter if you see this glue because we're gonna put snow and stuff, so. It wasn't like a necessary step, you know, but I thought it would be cute. We're gonna put a little tree in there, so it's right there. Just have, you can see there's a little gap. We'll put a tree in there and a little deer, I think. So let's get all this other stuff put on, and then we'll do that. Okay. I gotta do this all over again to figure out what I had done. Okay, let's start right there. Put a little. So we're just going to glue these on, and we'll cover the bases so you won't see that. One thing I like about these trees is that they're wire, so you can bend them kind of however you want. Try not to, oh shoot. I gotta try not to cover this little hole right there, which I messed up here. I would use some glue dots for the trees. Oh, well, I don't have glue dots, so these ones have wood bases, and so I'm putting a little wood glue. I figure I'll probably keep this one because I think it's gonna be cute. And lately, I've been trying to make my projects a little more sturdy. Oh, I put that too far back, I think. I'm gonna move that up a little bit. picky about things. I'll show you guys. As soon as I get these trees on, I'll all the trees on, then I'll kind of show you what we got. That one doesn't want to stand straight. Okay, I want to put a little tree in the courtyard. I got to decide what tree I think looks the best. That one's cute, but it's a little... I kind of like this tall, skinny one, but this base is a little bit long, the wire, so I think I'm just going to cut that off. And then I'm going to try to stick it into a different base so I have something to stand it up on, because this one doesn't have one. Like I said, I stole it from a... So I'm going to try to take it out of this base. I stole it from a tree or something. I don't know if I'll be able to get this out. Trying to twist it out so I have the hole to stick this one in. Yeah, that'll probably work. Put a little glue in there. I just like this one because it's a little skinnier. I don't know if it's going to stand in it. And so you can still see this, the trees, or not the trees, the stained glass windows behind it. The other one kind of covers it. Did you finish decorating your house? You've been a busy... Yeah, the inside is pretty much done, although I keep always changing things. It's just the way I do it. But the outside is not quite done because my husband hasn't had time, and I've been trying to help him, but... Okay. So that looks super cute. What do you guys think so far? You know, we're going to zhuzh it up a lot more. But I wanted this to be kind of simple, but zhuzhed up at the same time. But I didn't want it to be crazy, like a lot of detail, because I just wanted something very simple. So there's that so far. And then I have a little deer, which I've used this deer before. Oops, my fence is not staying. Put a little glue back in the back here. Okay. Maybe it's gonna stay now. All right, then we're gonna take our little deer. We're gonna put him like right here in the front of the church, I think. Cover a little gap that I have too, so. Oh, here's the little deer. Those came in a little pack from the crafting section at Christmas crafting section at Hobby Lobby. I think there was like 6 in the pack. Burn myself. I think I used the deer on another little church project before. I wanted a little brown because I have the brown base. So I put that there. Okay, now we are going to, before we put all this, we're going to put lots of snow and stuff. Before that, you know, I kind of went back and forth if I wanted words of any sort, but of course I decided I did. But it's going to be very simple, and we're going to make like a banner. I think it's going to be cute. I've never done a banner like this, so we'll see how it goes. But I've been really into like ripping fabric, so I got a piece that's very thin, white fabric. And I, you know, ripped the edges so it's, you know. I wanted to put Peace on Earth, but I didn't have Peace on Earth in small enough print. So we're going to do Joy to the World again, which is on this tiered tray, Christmas tiered tray, my favorite transfer this year. So we're just going to use these 3 words, joy, well, 3 sets of words, Joy to the World. So I've used these a lot of times, so I don't need to fuzz them. And when you're using it on fabric, you don't have to fuzz anyway. So I think I'm going to cut this one smaller, this world. Try to put them all on at once. Joy. Hope it's going to be straight, but it's hard to tell. Oh, that's not it. Yep. that's too far. So I just put them on like that. The church came from Dollar Tree. I just painted it and put glitter on it. And then I'm going to do this in black, of course. Oh, thanks, Carol. I think it's going to be really cute. I was kind of excited. I hadn't done a lot. I'd done some church things, but I usually do little village scenes, and I hadn't done one yet, and that's what I was going to do today. But then I got looking at stuff, and I'm like, I'd just rather just do just a church. I put in my post about doing this craft that, you know, most of my Christmas memories growing up had something to do with the church. Well, quite honestly, my whole life has been around the church, but so I'm just squeegeeing this on here, hoping it's working. Anyway, but like at Christmas especially, you know, we caroled, and we always did a Christmas cantata, which is like a musical, and we, you know, just so many things at the church. That was my parents' social, I mean, not just a spiritual thing, but the social part of their life was our church. Okay, so then you can just pull it up real slowly, because fabric doesn't take the paste. You can use ink on here, but you don't have to if you're not going to wash it. But anyway, I use paste, but it doesn't take paste. I mean, you have to press a little harder when you use fabric, and I always forget that. So if you go slow, you can just lay it down. Okay, world is done. I don't want to mess it up. That is done. Let's see how Joy turned out. Let's see. Yeah, for some reason all the O's don't want to cover very good. Yeah, this O is giving me fits here. There, that's good. There's a little bigger gap between to the and world, but I think it's okay. So there we have that. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of glitter to the words while they're still wet, because you can do that and then they'll just stick a little bit. Hopefully they're wet enough still. Usually have a little more time when you're doing it on fabric. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the glue, or the glitter I mean, and just kind of go over the letters, and then just go like that. Yeah, that's good. Just gives it a little something, a little shine. You probably can't see it, but okay. All right, so let me move that out of the way again. Oh, it's okay, Tina. I'm glad you're here. Okay. I'm going to have to dry this, though, because I don't want to touch it until it's dry. Also, adding the glitter makes it more, it looks kind of, has a green sheen to it, and it kind of looks like the tree, so I like that. So we have Joy to the World. Now I'm going to take some skewers, which I didn't think about painting those, so I need to paint those. I think I want to paint them. I think I want them to be kind of white, at least lightly white. So I cut some skewers down. These are just like normal skewers you cook with, I guess. Although I never understood that, because whenever I've used wood skewers, they just burn up on the grill and stuff. I guess you're supposed to put them in water or something before. So I don't care. I don't want these to be actually super bright white, but just kind of white. Just not totally brown. Okay, I'll show it to you. Sorry, I never hold it up long enough. I know my daughter tells me that all the time. I know it's backwards too, guys. We're gonna have to get new phones soon, but my husband doesn't. We don't have to pay for our phones anymore right now. I mean, we just pay the minimum because we bought our phones. They're paid off, but so he's like, I know we could use new phones, but I like not paying as much. So, but hopefully I will get an iPhone, and then I have to figure out how to use it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, where those holes are in my, that I glued, or I did ahead of time. Yeah. I didn't want them to go all the way through, but you know, I'm not an expert driller, so they did. Where's my hole? I didn't cover it. Oh, there it is. Oh no, I got that tree too close. Might have to cut a little bit of the tree back. Of course I got it just a little close. That's okay, I think it'll work all right. Okay, so I think I'm going to just glue them in where they are, and then I'll cut off what I need. So I'm just putting in some skewers, but I don't want them to just be down so far in the bottom where you can see them. So I'm just going to put a little glue down in there to hold them where I want them. It's not going to show before. This one's too far. I remember I did a banner, something like this, not exactly, not with fabric, but a banner. And I had such a hard time getting them to stay up without having the holes, so that's why I decided to do holes this time. Okay. Alright, so we have our two little sticks, like that. Then we're going to take this, and I kind of want it to go kind of going downhill a little bit. So I'm going to glue it on the one side, and then I'll cut off what I need to. So I'm going to just take the fabric, put a little glue on it, and then I'm going to put it on here. Wrap it around. And then I'm going to kind of have this one going down a little bit. Is that low enough? I think I wanted this to go a little bit lower. Okay. I wanted that tighter. Okay, now you're not staying the way I want you to stay. Okay, I'm going to cut off the stick. Like that's going to get cut down. Kind of want this to be a little tighter, but I don't know how to make it tighter. That's a little better. Oh, it's looking so cute. Okay. So we have that. And you could have it straight across if you want, but I like it kind of going downhill. I got glue everywhere. Okay, now we're going to add some snow just to the whole thing. You know, I can move hopefully I can get my church out pretty easily. I didn't think about that, but with the banner there, but it'll work. So I'm going to put some Mod Podge just everywhere, and then I'm going to put some, all I have is Epsom salts. I have a little bag of snow that came with something, I think like a kit from Target Dollar Spot last year. And then I have this that we've had for 100 years that we use with our village. And it's kind of like cut up tissue paper. I don't know exactly what it is. But that's all I have for you know, for glue, but that's, or not glue, for snow, but we're gonna make it work. So I'm just gonna did you guys see that happen? Oh my gosh. It was plugged and I squirted or pushed too hard and it went flying. Guess we'll kind of put that down there with our fingers. I think I'm going to try to keep it mostly in the inner circle of this, inner circle of the plate. Guess I'm going to get off the here. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Aw, thanks. I always forget. Layla. I can't remember if it's Layla or Lila. Okay, so I just put some like glue right in this inner circle here. And then I got to decide what I want to use. I think I'm going to use Epsom salt to start with just because I have the most of that. And then I'm going to add some of the other stuff on the top, like glitter or... But I don't really like the way Epsom salt looks exactly, but it kind of is a good, you know, starting point. You wouldn't even have to put snow if you didn't want to, but I like it with snow. And I don't care if it's not all stuck exactly because I'm going to keep this for myself. So there's the start of that. Pronounced Lila. Okay, that's pretty. All right, what do I do with my... I get this off the table instead of wasting it, I guess. I think you've told me how to pronounce it before and I just always forget. Put a lot. a lot. I forgot to put the, I forgot to put some on the base of the trees. Let's do that. And then we're going to add like some glitter or diamond dust or other snow. I should have painted. I wasn't thinking. I really wasn't thinking. I should have painted the trees bases white. That would have been better because then you wouldn't see them, even if I didn't get it completely covered. But that's okay. Only the big one and this one you really see that much. Trying to put a lot of glue so it'll stick. I have a mess of Epsom salts in there. So it's kind of a little bit cockeyed like that, but that's okay. And then I think I want to add, I think I'm just going to spray some, I'm just going to spray some of this and then I'm going to add some glitter over the top because I want it to be a little more sparkly. So I'm just going to try to get it on the, on the Epsom salt. I don't want a lot, just a little bit. It's not coming out. There it goes. Of course, hairspray is a little harder to control. I don't care if it gets a little bit on the side of the plate. I just try to keep most of it off of there. Okay. I had a few other things, but you know what? I think I like him. Oh, actually, there's one thing I want to try, actually. I think I want to see if it will look cute to have some teeny tiny beads on the top of our post. So it looks like, you know, it's finished. Give me some hearts if you guys like it, because I think it's getting there. But I thought about that a second ago. I should hold it for a second. I have tiny, tiny beads somewhere. Probably in here. I don't know if they'll fit on the end. They might be too big to fit on the end of the... Might be too big to fit on the end of the post. We'll see. I think it's pretty darn cute. Okay. Let me see what I got for... I don't want anything big. I saw those small ones in there, but they're probably going to be hard to find. I know where I can find some a little easier, I think. Well, these ones are a little bit bigger anyway. So I have these beads that come on a garland. So we're going to see if we can... I don't think they're going to fit on there, but I could glue them somehow. Wish I could undo that. I could have them go everywhere. I think the holes are too small. Yeah, I'm going to put a little hot glue in one of the holes so I can just brush a little paint on these and hopefully I won't see the top hole. Actually, I'll just do it this way. I'll glue it on. Actually, I got to see if I even like it first. Might not know until I paint it. I just feel like the top of the post looks a little bit... Let me put a little paint on and see what it looks like. I'm going to do it with a paintbrush. Oops, I was going to put some hot glue in the top of the hole. So you don't, maybe you won't see that there's a hole. But you still might. Okay. Oh, I already forgot. So I thought I was going to put some snow on the house too, but on the church, like some of the snow tech, but I think it's okay without it. I'm going to dry those and then I'm going to just sand it just a little bit because it looks a little bit whiter than the rest of everything else. Okay. Which is not going to be that easy. Oh gosh, Mail. I guess I'll sand it off the thing, which would be easier anyway. You could definitely see some of the wood, but I kind of like that because it looks old. this one will stay. Well, I'm just going to say maybe this one will stay on, but no. Might just burn myself, but that's okay. Probably should have put some wood glue on there. That'll be the part that keeps wanting to fall off. I don't know if it looked good, better either way, but I'm going to leave it like that. I like it. All right, we're done. So I think it turned out pretty cute, and it looks cute pretty much from all sides. I mean, you definitely see that was to see the back of the sign, but I'll leave it here so you guys can see it for a few minutes. Is my, okay, I couldn't tell if my deer was still standing. But we're done. So sorry some of you came late, but you can catch the replay. This was a fun one. I'm probably going to do some more I'm going to do Christmas stuff up till Christmas. I know you guys are probably done decorating, but I am too, but I just still like to make stuff. Oh gosh, you guys, did you see how much of that front tree you can see the base? I can. I didn't see that one. It's hard to get it up in there. Okay, that's better. Not perfect, but better. All right. But now I keep finding things I want to put a little glitter on because this fence looks a little bit too perfect, like plasticky. So I'm going to add a little glue and add a little glitter. You guys can't see probably all those little details, but kind of makes it look like it fits better with the house, the church. I keep calling it a house. All right, we're done. I think it turned out pretty darn cute. I hope these are going to stay. I can do Christmas afterwards. So I know, I figure if I had to put it out this year, I'll save it for next year's bazaar or save it for next year's Christmas decorating. I like to decorate till Christmas, so I like to craft till Christmas. Anyway, you guys have a great night and sprinkle everything. It turned out really cute. You guys have a great night. Bye.